So, 9 steps to follow your life's purpose. Step number 1, following your values. So, your values are the hidden DNA of what runs your life. Unfortunately, it's the software. Unfortunately, none of us pay any attention or even think about this for 1 minute. Values. You value certain things, right? Your life is based on you valuing hard work, you valuing free time, you valuing creativity, spirituality, art, ambition, abundance, freedom, nature, family, whatever it is that you value, you likely are not living your life in alignment to that. If you did, you would be living more in alignment with life and more likely taking the first step to living your life purpose. So, first of all, following your values. Second is follow your vision. Now, I do a visualization exercise and I do this coaching session on helping people see their future self in like 10 years down the road so they can visualize and see what it is that they want, what their future looks like, what their purpose looks like. Today, we tend to see limitations and we tend to see all the reasons why we can't do what our life purpose is. But if we kind of project out into the future and look into the future, then we'll have a clearer picture. And there's visualization techniques that you can do. And I have another video on my YouTube channel on how to do creative visualization by Shakti Gwain. So next, follow the omens. Now, one of my favorite books of all time is called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Many of you are familiar with it. It's one of the best books on finding your life purpose. In it, there's this quote: "In order to find the treasure, you will have to follow the omens. God has prepared a path for everyone to follow. You just have to read the omens that He has left for you." So, this is not a religious book, by the way, but it's a very spiritual book. And in it, essentially what Paulo Coelho says is that life is regularly sending you clues and life is regularly leaving you omens on what your life purpose is. It's probably hitting you in front of your face. For the longest time, all kinds of people told me that I had the ability to write and to express myself and to, be a very interesting and inspiring writer. For most of my life, I never believed it. Only later do I realize that it was a part of my life purpose and writing was a very important skill. And I could tell you probably 100 clues in my life where writing was prominent, was praised upon, gave me all kind of benefits, including that time when I was a lawyer. So even though there was all these omens there, I totally ignored it. So follow the omens. Follow your desires. Now, this is one of my favorite steps. Fire starter sessions. I'm just going to show it to you because it's so big. Knowing how you actually want to feel is the most potent form of clarity that you can have. Generating those feelings is the most creative thing you can do with your life. Love this book. Love Danielle Laporte. Essentially, what she says, it's so easy. First, get clear on how you want to feel, then do stuff that makes you feel that way. We always do this in opposite. We get to where we want to go, and then we are like, oh, is this how I want to feel? No, she says, figure out how it is you want to feel. Do you want to feel free, happy, love, abundance, inspiration, good health? Like, what are all the feelings that you desire to feel? Figure that out now and start living that today. Even though you still have to go to work and still may have to go to a job that you're not that crazy about, you can start infusing your day with those feelings, those emotions, and those desires. So, Fire Starter Sessions by Danielle Laporte. Next, follow your joy. Likely, your life purpose is in that thing that brings you joy, the thing that excites you, the thing that you're passionate about, the thing that when time passes by, you don't even notice it. For me, one of the things is writing. It brings me a great, immense amount of joy. Another thing is making these videos. I don't even notice the time. Another thing is coaching people when I do coach them. I don't even notice the time. So follow your joy. At the same time, follow your despair. And what do I mean by that? It's not just despair, but disappointment and failures and things you don't like. This is another technique or another step to find your life purpose. Is you may not know what your life purpose is, right? But there's probably about 85 to 95% of the things in the world that you absolutely know that you do not like and you do not want to do. Let's say whatever field you are in now. Let's say you're whatever field that is, an accountant or a engineer or a dentist or whatever your profession is, and you're not into it. You cross that out, and probably along with that you can cross out another 50 things you don't want to do. So eliminate, figure out what you're despairing about, and know that that is not part of your life purpose, because your life purpose brings you joy, not despair. Follow your strengths. You have many skills and you have a sweet spot of skills that are well received, wanted, seem easy for you. What are those skills? Your strength has clues about your life purpose. Follow your story. So if you go back, this is along the lines of omens and clues. If you go back, and this is actually another coaching session, I do several of these. It's called the story coaching, I call it. If you go through your entire life and you go through your entire life story, you will find clues, you'll find obstacles, you'll find challenges, you'll find all these hints of times in your life where your life purpose shined through. You went through something, you found clues about your life purpose, you didn't even pay any attention to it. But if you go through your entire life story and you have several different life journeys, if you go through each of those life journeys, there is a message and there's a purpose in each one of your life journeys. All your job is to figure out what that purpose is that is already lying in all of the experiences that you've had and in the life story that you've lived over these years. And finally, follow your spirit. I think you can't say enough about the fact that if you follow your intuition, if you go out into nature, if you listen to yourself, if you go within, if you're constantly reflecting on the insides of how you feel about something and what it is you should be doing in the world, I think you're getting a very strong message. I think we all do. Unfortunately, no one ever listens to this. The closer you get to alignment with your life purpose, the more clarity, alignment, peace, knowing you feel. And the further away from it you are, the more obstacles, challenges, resistance you feel. So these are the 9 steps to following your life purpose. I'm also going to write about this on the blog to give you a little bit more details on how to do these 9 steps, follow these 9 steps, figure out what your life purpose is for you, and start taking the steps to transition into your life purpose. I firmly believe that we all have a life purpose, and I wish you the best of luck in finding yours.